passions. Through his remarkable accomplishments in both dentistry and music, he has shattered the notion that one must choose between their passions. Y'all make some noise for my friend, the one and only Dr. Phillip Martin. You have not changed at all. Welcome to the show.
It's so good to be here, son.
It's good to have you here. It's been a long time. Look at this.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Look at that. What?
Come on now. If your dentist can clean your teeth, do all that magnificent stuff, and then play his saxophone, where else do you want to go?
Hey, man, that's the place to be.
There's nowhere else to go. So what led you to pursue dentistry and music simultaneously?
Well, I will say it necessarily wasn't by choice per se. It was kind of like I fell into it. You know, I say this life is already written because I actually wanted to be a full-time musician.
You did?
Yeah. So matter of fact, and a lot of people don't know this, I used to play in Sisaundra's band,
yes.
Sisaundra Lewis and the Sounds of Soul,
yes.
long time ago.
20 years ago.
At City Jazz.
Yes, and we had this conversation all the time. He would be like, I'm going to medical school, but I don't want to go, Sisaundra. I just want to play my horn. And I was like, Phillip, don't stop going to school. Yeah. And you did both of them. How did you manage, though? Because I watched you. There was never a night that you missed running into City Jazz to perform with us, and you kept all your homework up, too.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy feat. So it's funny because, you know, my dad always said to me, he's like, son, you know, the music thing's cute and all, but you know, as you get older, you're going to get ugly, and no one's going to want to watch your ugly behind on stage.
No, he did not.
I said, you know what, Dad? Because but when I get old, I'm going to get ugly, but at least my wallet will be fat.
Ah, come on, Daddy.
Right?
Yes.
So he's like, I was like, which one do you want to be? I said, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. So I just did the music thing. And, you know, it was going good for a while, and then all of a sudden,
bam, you
know, it wasn't going good. And I fell flat on my face, and
wow.
You know, I called my dad and was like, you know what, Dad, you might have a point there, right? So, you know, he said, this is how you get to dental school. You take these prereqs, you do this, apply to school. So I apply, take the classes, apply, and I get in, right? But at the same time I got into dental school, I got a record deal. So
it rains, it pours.
Yeah, so
yes.
I got the record label saying, son, you better get on this road and promote this record.
Correct.
And then I got the dental school talking about, you better study these books, son, and drill these teeth because you got to know what you're doing. Oh, man, y'all got the sound effect. Oh, you crazy.
I love it.
So I had to make a decision, right?
Yes.
And it was a tough one, and I chose dentistry, right?
Wow.
Now, mind you, I was in dental school, and I did release records and, you know, did as many gigs as I could. It kind of stifled my career a little bit.
Of course.
So, you know, I'm out, and by the grace of God, it's been 16 years since I've been out. I finally got my own dental practice in
yes, you do,
Bowie,
and not
Maryland.
any old practice. Now, you're located in Bowie?
Yes.
In Bowie, Maryland.
Bowie,
and
Maryland.
It's not any old practice. We saw the videos of it. It is stunning. So listen, we want to talk about your practice, but we also want to talk about your participation in the Broward County Public School Band Program. Oh, yeah. How did it shape your musical journey, Phillip?
I mean, it was amazing.
I'm sorry, Dr. Martin. How did it shape your career, Dr. Martin?
It shaped it very well. I managed to get into All-State. I was first chair. You know, did all the ensembles. It was a good look, you know. I was really involved.
Really? So how did it propel you forward?
I would just say that it definitely put me in front of the right people.
Okay, you know? That's so important.
Matter of fact, it put me in front of you.
Wow. Is that how you ended up walking into those doors?
Kind of, yeah.
Wow.
Like I was playing at, you know, UCF.
Yes.
And doing gigs around town. And
yes.
I guess I think this guy named Piggy and Buddy
yes.
saw me.
Yes.
Had an idea like, oh man, you sound good with, you know, I met Tony.
Yes.
Them,
yes.
And Tony was like, you sound good with your thing. So
yes.
I started playing with you guys.
And you know another thing I really loved about you too You never had to call Phillip. You just turn around and Phillip was standing there with his saxophone.
I was
It
ready.
was like when the doors opened, you were ready to play. So how did performing alongside acclaimed artists, like critically acclaimed artists like Sam Rivers, Kirk Whalum, impact your growth as a musician?
Man, I would just say it was just a blessing to even be in the same room with those people. And actually playing with Sam Rivers, I think back to this day and I'm just like, man, I played with a legend.
Yes.
You know, he was a Blue Note artist. Like it's crazy.
Legendary.
Yeah, and I got to do a little touring with him. You know, opened up for, you know, Kirk Whalum and, you know, George Benson, Jeff Lorber, all those guys.
Yes.
And you know, I wouldn't say they mentored me, but they had some nice things to say.
That's awesome.
You know,
That's
they
awesome.
said, "You're on your way, sir."
And that's all you need sometimes is for the greats to say, hey, you got it.
Yeah.
And then you run with it.
Exactly.
So what saxophone players from different genres have influenced shaping your unique sound?
Well, I'm gonna say this, like a lot of saxophone players, they play like all the saxes. Like they play bari, they play tenor, alto, soprano. I only play alto.
Okay.
So the thing about my playing is I try to model it as like, it's my voice. So you could hear one of my recordings and you'd be like, oh, it sounds bright. Is he playing soprano? No, I'm playing alto. Oh man, it sounds real dark. Is he playing tenor? No, I'm playing alto.
Wow.
You know, I can kind of, it's just
You
my
can
voice.
you can mold that thing. You can kind of, is that the right word?
Yeah. It's like a
Okay, we're gonna choose that word for now.
Yeah,
I
like
love that.
A deeper approach to the horn. there.
You chose one thing and you make it sound like many things.
Yeah, you know, hey, look, my thing is whatever I do, I want to be the best at.
Yes.
So if I'm gonna play sax, I want to be the best. I want to be the best alto player.
Period.
Yeah, period.
And
Think of alto, you think of me.
that's right. And we do. And that's why you're here.
Hey.
And when you want to be the best doctor, that's what you do too, and open the best practice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So can you tell us what advice would you give to others pursuing multiple passions in their lives?
I would say don't give up. If they don't answer that door that you're banging on, bang on the door next to it so they open it.
I love it.
You know?
With that being said, y'all be banging until we come back. We'll be right back. Yes! Hello, everyone. If you are at work, at home, y'all drop everything and tune in because it's time for the Sisaundra Show!
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just kidding. Don't y'all get fired. Don't drop everything at work. Listen, speaking of fired, y'all.